Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Joris, and welcome back to another reaction. I really haven't been able to get a whole lot of videos in because of the whole power outages things that's happening in Texas right now, but this time I got some more videos to react to, but I'm not going to react to them alone. I have a very special guest from a member of my family. Drum roll, please. Insert drum roll sound. Yes, my mom is here. Yay. Okay, so which one you said you wanted to react to scary videos first? Okay, before we get into that, do you believe in the paranormal?
In ways.
I only feel like stuff happens that can't be explained. Before we get started with the video, is there anything you want to say to the people or something that you want them to know about you?
I am his mother, and we're snowed in. We haven't been able to go anywhere or do anything for a couple of days. I went to the store today. Everything was completely sold out as far as milk, eggs, bread, and everything, but I was able to get a couple of things, so that's what I had to do today. Drive in the snow. So
she's been hustling. She's been trying to get all the groceries, take care of the family, and she balances that with school at the same time.
I just got one bachelor's degree, and then I'm going for my second bachelor's degree in business administration.
Is this your last one?
For now, yeah.
Nice. So then you're just gonna be able to just work and like just all right, let's get on with the scary videos.
The Watcher in the Window. Hurst Castle in Hampshire, England was established in the early 1500s, and over its grim 500-year history, it served as a formidable English military fort. Paranormal investigator Tony Ferguson has explored the haunted Hurst Castle many times, and on each visit, he seems to capture something more and more terrifying. On this particular visit, Tony brings along fellow investigator Paul Sissel. The two men split up to explore the castle all alone, but for Paul Sissel, it didn't go well.
What's? I don't see anything. What's happening?
Paul says that he felt as if he were out of control, possessed by the spirit of some angry entity from the castle. As Tony and Paul continue exploring, they say that they feel a strange and very powerful energy in one particular room. A small castle alcove with one creepy little window that seems to open to nothing. He sets up a camera to record and ends up capturing something horrific.
No.
Whatever it is, it's just
sitting there.
Yeah.
When Tony reviews his footage later, he is shocked to see a small dark figure with glowing eyes standing at the window in the small Hurst Castle room. Now, you might think that this could simply be a person standing outside the window, but it turns out that that would be impossible. You see, behind this window there is only a small gap and then concrete. The area behind this window was completely closed off with bricks and cement long ago. So then the question is, who or what is this? You decide. On the road. TikTok user Sherman O'Neill worked at a local trucking company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. He says that one night one of the truck drivers captured strange footage on a highway outside of Ada, Oklahoma. Many people, including children, have tragically lost their lives on the two busy highways running through the small town. Sherman and his workmates can be seen watching the dashcam footage from the truck. They are shocked by what they see.
27 there. Yeah. Let it roll. Come on. Come on, let it roll. Right there. Whoosh. Whoa.
The truck driver barely manages to avoid hitting what seems to be a small child that appears out of thin air. But it gets even creepier, because the driver says that he immediately stopped the large truck on the side of the road after this incident. He looked everywhere for the child. He found nothing. He called local police, but again, There were no reports of lost or missing children anywhere in the area.
What people say happen is whenever something tragic happens at a certain point in time, the spirit gets trapped. So
I've heard a lot about
whenever there's what they call unfinished business, they say the spirit lingers around that spot. So what they may do is just check the news to see if there was any accident where a child lost his life, because whatever that is, it's like a child about maybe 8, 7. See, like a child lost their life.
A lot of times whenever I look at ghost videos and they have like EMF where you can hear the ghost or like something talking, a lot of times the ghost is like, help. You know, like help me.
I think sometimes, a lot of times what ghosts do, that means help them transition, because a lot of times what ends up happening,
they get trapped
caught in like this medium where, you know, it's
between life and death, between
so it's
actually
this medium where they trying to get out of.
How do you even get out of that? Is that like?
To be honest with you, all that's beyond me.
Like, is there even a way? Like, how does God just be like, no, I don't like you. You know what? I'm just gonna trap you in this plane.
Some people believe that there is what they call a middle ground, where you're not in heaven, you're not in hell, but then you're not on earth. You're like in this holding space. So I think a lot of times when them happen, these spirits go to a holding place where there's a name for it.
The Matrix. They get caught in the Matrix. That's what it's called.
Afraid of the dark. Two teenagers are hanging out when one of them, who's playing a guitar, decides to head off for a bathroom break. The other guy relaxes and waits for his friend to return. But then, something a bit strange.
Ya, Juan, anda, dale. ¡3 litros de agua! Anda para allá, weón. Gato culiao con la chucha, ¿no? Le gusta, weón. You.
Something seems to hit the guitar strings, but the guy just laughs it off. Then things get truly chilling.
Conchetumare, ¿qué weón? ¡Gato, Juan! ¡Gato! ¡Conchetumare! ¡Gato, Juan! ¡Gato, conchetumare!
You see that?
Did you see it? As the light turns off on its own, a creepy dark figure can be seen walking through the kitchen.
That look.
It looked like something with a hood.
Yeah.
Did you see it? As the light turns off on its own, a creepy dark
The hood.
Yeah, it looks like a hood.
But forward it just a little bit. You see how it looked like it's walking on it. It kind of looked like.
It looks like it's levitating.
Over.
It looks like it's levitating. Just all right. I'll see you later. I just wanted to turn your lights off. No.
Because whenever spirits show up, they always disrupt the electricity. Because
they do.
The magnetic and the energy field that radiates from them. That's why first thing you always see is lights and stuff.
Another thing I always noticed about like ghosts is, for some reason, normally when there is something, it's always cold. Like there's changes in temperature and it's always lower than it was before. I don't know how or like why that's a thing, but that happens.
The figure seems to be clothed all in black, and it almost looks like it has glowing eyes.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Well, like, what if I saw that and just grabbed it? Like, hey, come back here. Black people don't do this. We don't do this. Do we do this?
I will say this: you don't ever see us making videos like this. Now I'm not saying we don't see them,
but we gone.
We either don't experience it or we gone. We gone.
White people, the ones to be. They go towards noises. They go towards stuff. We go the opposite direction.
I guess, like I said, we ain't trying to mess with nothing.
We don't play games.
A shadow of doubt. Chuck from the YouTube channel Added Addicts and his friend Justin are exploring an abandoned gold mine in the Sierra Nevada mountains of Northern California. The mine dates all the way back to the early 1900s. So, while exploring deep into this old gold mine, Chuck gets separated from his friend Justin. While walking down one of the mine's dark tunnels, he captures this. Did you see it? A strange shadow thing seems to form and then disappear right in front of him.
That looks like his.
That could be his shadow. It could be, but there's something else, and y'all could look this up. But there is a such thing as shadow people. No lie.
Is there?
The Native Americans have experienced them. They're called shadow people, and there's actual drawings on caves where they drew these shadow people. They're bald-headed. You know, there's no distinct features.
A shadow person is a perception of patch or shadow as living humanoid figure interpreted as the presence of the spirit, other entity by believers in the paranormal, supernatural. What?
Okay, you see where it says explanations of the shadow people in quotes?
Mysterious sightings have become a hot topic conversion in paranormal chat rooms. The explanation: ghosts, spirits, entities, figments of imagination, interdimensional beings, aliens.
I think they're interdimensional beings.
What's interdimensional?
They're what they call
These dimensions exist parallel or very close to our own, although invisible to us.
We can't see them, but what it's saying is that the inhabitants, those people that they can teleport to these dimensions.
Okay, if there are inhabitants in these dimensions, it is possible they've found a way to intrude our dimension and become at least partially visible. If so, they would very well appear as shadows. That's scary to think about, fam. Like, there's a whole somebody's probably in another dimension standing behind us right now.
It could be.
What are y'all like? What?
But see, here's the thing: when we look at it with our limited human ability, we always like to think that it's just us. We always like to think it's just planet Earth and all that. That's thinking with a very, very small mind. That although we're in the Milky Way galaxy, there's millions and trillions of other galaxies. There's galaxies that we will never be able to reach in our lifetime, even if you're going a billion light years away.
Yeah, like even if you have like universal scale teleportation, you can't because they're moving too fast.
Yeah, because we don't really know how big the universe is. If it's really that big, only a small-minded individual would think that only in the Milky Way galaxy, only on planet Earth, there's living beings, which is us. Yeah. And I don't believe that.
We don't even have an exact measurement of the universe. We only have a measurement of how it's infinite, but we only have a measure right now of how far we can see. Oh, I was wrong. I was 46.5 billion light years. No. That you best believe that is a bet.
That's big, but that's just what we can see. So
that's crazy.
Imagine what we can't see.
Oh, that's in diameter. That's from us, I think. That's just how far we can see, but it's actually twice that because that's diameter. So the entire thing is 93 billion light years.
Because it says observable.
Yeah, that's how far we can see. It's a lot bigger than that, of course. That's scary to think about. Like, we are a little tiny point in 93 billion light years.
There's a video on here where it talked about how we are in relationship to our sun and how small our sun is in relationship to everything else. We're not even ants, and yet we want to think we're the only people that ever existed.
Yeah, it's like, people become real self-centered, like they're the center of the universe. Like, you have no idea. But thank God for Galileo and scientists and innovators and inventors that, and astronomers that came up with this thing.
He says that his wife pointed it out to him later when they were reviewing.
I think that's his part of that is his.
I think it is part of his shadow.
Oh, they put it in thermal vision. That's what I mean. I think part of that is his.
Maybe it might be his.
I think maybe the whole thing may not be, but I think part of it is his. Because I think his friend behind him is holding a flashlight. Because
he said there was nobody there but him.
He said his friend isn't with him?
Yeah, he said he got separated from his friend, remember?
Oh, well then, that's... Nope. So he's holding the flashlight with the shadow in front of him, but the light, that's not his shadow then. Oh no. Oh God.
Party's over. Late one night in 2011, 4 friends from Sao Paulo, Brazil are hanging out after a party. One of them is showing off his new camera when he spots something truly terrifying.
Vocês nem esperaram pra festa aí, né, mano? Meu Deus do céu, que porra é essa, velho?
Did you see?
I thought it was somebody.
I thought it was somebody. Well, let's see if there's anything after that. Well, clearly they don't know him. Like, wouldn't you would've?
The cameraman freaks out as a sinister pale shape walks through the back of the kitchen, right behind his friend. They check through the back of the house, but no one there. However, the door to the bathroom seems to have mysteriously opened on its own, and the light is turned on inside.
Well, if they would have recognized them as a person that they
I know about people when they see something that scares them. The majority of people don't go after it. Like if you was to see something in front of this window right now, would you you wouldn't.
I mean, I'd look out, but I'm not going. I'll look out to be like, what is that? But I'm not going to go see what it was.
So look at all these pranks that people do of scary things. Or like there was a prank going on where they were pretending people were dead, and they had the person going in there cleaning up around the casket, and the person pop up. That person didn't run. They went back the other way. So that's why when I see behavior like that, where someone pursues something, it's like questionable.
Yeah, it's weird.
Most people flee. It's called the fight or flight.
Fight or flight. It's fight or flight.
And most people,
the L comes
when
out.
they don't know what something is, they fly.
They scrape. Yeah, bye. 100%. If something like that happened, I am going the other way. But if I had to confront it, I would.
Yeah, but see, you would be forced to confront it.
That's what I mean. I'd be forced to. But if not, I'm out.
Most people, if there's a way of an escape, they will take that route because we take the path of least resistance. So we would run. But if you try to get out the door and it shut the door, and then came in through the window and cornered you, then you gotta. You have to fight.
Put hands up, son. But okay, that was it. So before we end the video, do you have a paranormal experience or anything you feel that was out of the ordinary?
To be perfectly honest with you, I have never had a paranormal experience, but I'm one of those type of people that
science.
Yeah, that too. But I'm one of those type of people, like I don't go off of what I think it might be. Like I need to see it. I need to.
Yeah, you gotta get some. You gotta get some footage too.
But what I do know about the brain is that sometimes if you continue to watch stuff like this, it'll play on your imagination.
But we don't. So normally if you see something like this for the first time, you're like, huh? Wait a minute, that ain't right. Did I tell you about my paranormal experience where I was at home by myself and Lana was with me? I don't know where y'all went, but it was the weekend or something. I think I came back from school or whatever, but everybody was gone. And it was only me and Lana, and I was in my room on my phone in the bed, no sound. My closet's cracked, and I hear a whisper, and I thought I was tripping, but Lana heard it. I knew when she heard it that dogs can hear stuff and see stuff better than us. I was like, all right,
a lot better.
I'm gone to see.
Well, I could say I don't know if you can consider it paranormal, but we always had dogs all our life, and sometimes I remember being maybe like 13. We had this poodle named Pierre, and I remember being up late watching TV, and Pierre stood up and he started barking, like just barking. Me and your aunt was in the living room. We kept looking around like, what are you barking at? And so he kept backing up. We was like, what? And we were looking around. We couldn't see what he was barking at, but dogs, their ears turned up.
And that's what Lana did. Her ears turned up and started revolving.
Yeah. So what the dog actually did, his eyes went like this. So we saw his eyes do that. We was like, oh, what is he watching? But we couldn't see nothing.
That's why I'm saying, like, when stuff like this happens, if you have a dog with you and the dog starts freaking out, it feels like more of a thing. Because I don't think people can really train their dogs to freak out.
Dogs, all animals have a certain instinct. Animals are very perceptive to changes in weather, changes in temperature, pressure. People like to believe animals are not smart. They're very, very
no,
very smart.
I keep on thinking about that. Like even small animals like birds aren't dumb, and we swear up and down that we're the most intelligent species, though we may be in like brain capacity or whatever. I feel like it's some other stuff that animals can do.
Ever assume that a human is more smarter than the universe? It's ignorance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because back in the day, people lived in alignment with the universe. They lived in alignment with animals and everything. And they learned to read animals. They learned to read stars. They built their society around the universe. But now it's the opposite way.
The natural order of things.
We try to get the universe to adapt to us. And that's why,
we keep on running into so many dead ends. It's like, why are you not cooperating with us? It's because we're not cooperating. Did you think that some of that stuff was real or fake, or did you think all of it was?
I don't believe most of it.
But some of it was weird.
The one that I think I believe the most is probably that shower.
Oh, the one that turned off the lights. That one was weird. It's like.
And another thing that made me question it is he was like, "Hey, come check out my new camera. Look at my new camera." Typically, when people get a new camera, they don't say
they already like
they have a new camera. They just start filming people.
But that one shadow one was weird, right? All right, well that's the end of the video. Go make sure to subscribe to my mom. Her Infinite Possibilities. Yes, she does big things on her channel. What's some of the things you do?
Lessons, advice, motherhood, being an adult. I do a lot of self-help, a lot of self-esteem, you know, how to build your self-worth. I talk a lot, basically a positive channel. I want my channel to be positive.
So make sure to go follow her, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on this video. If you guys have anything else that you want me to react to, or if you guys have a request to bring in another member of my family to react to some more videos, put it in the comments and I got you. But other than that, we're out. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Say bye.